Why are people on my timeline saying that Melania Trump passionately defends abortion rights in an upcoming memoir? When is she finally going to leave Trump and tell everything? You know we're going to get okay. I feel like you would have to be blind to not see how much she fucking despises him. Like I guess in way because she's gonna outlive him. I mean, she's way younger than he is. He's very old. So eventually we're going to get, she knows all about Epstein too. I've never been mad at Melania Trump, and the reason for that is because she doesn't advocate for Trump, like at all. Think of how active of an advocate Michelle Obama has been, like for Barack Obama and for the administration. She's been like she's a political force herself. Um, the Melania barely even shows up to Donald Trump's like events. She doesn't touch him at all when she's there. She doesn't seem like she wants to be there. She just got paid $250,000 at a rally. She still wants to grift. I don't know if that's necessarily grifting. Yeah, no kidding, Posadas John. Is it just money? Dude, I don't want to that we know for a fact that Donald Trump beats and rapes his wives, right? Like, not just his wives, lots of women. But it's not exactly a conspiracy theory. I think she just fucking hates him. She probably feels trapped. I mean, she's in a marriage with one of the most powerful people in the country who, and there's a very real possibility that if she dumped him or spoke out against him, that she would get an ungodly amount of hate for it, or they could kill her. And I don't mean contract assassination. I just mean one of his insane lunatic, fans just goes after her. I think that's a very legitimate concern. It's also possible she's tied up in a lot of really exploitative or punishing contracts concerning the marriage, you think Donald Trump don't got a prenup? I promise you, Melania cannot just divorce him and get half of everything. She would be in litigation for the rest of Trump's life, certainly, maybe the rest of hers, and I don't know if she'd even get anything from it. I mean, certainly something, but not saying she's necessarily a good person. I'm just saying that she's never really been a focus of antagonism from me, in large part because I just feel like she's more likely to be a victim than anything else. Also, apparently she's putting out a memoir saying she's dedicatedly pro-choice when abortion is maybe the single biggest social issue that's being debated right now in the public forum. I have carried this belief with me throughout my entire adult life, former First Lady writes in memoir. Melania Trump's abortion views baffle both sides. What are the chances she votes for Harris? I think Melania votes for Harris. What was that map? The US 2024 election map. If only Melania Trump is allowed to vote, and it's a blue Florida. I don't think she likes Trump very much. I don't think she likes Trump very much at all.
That to everybody.
What's your reaction to Melania's memoir about championing abortion rights and reproductive freedom? When you read it, what were your thoughts?
We spoke about it, and I said, you have to write what you believe. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You have to write.
She's reportedly living back in New York City now. Oh yeah, she doesn't follow Trump. She hasn't. It's possible she hasn't seen Trump in quite a while. They don't live together. She lives in New York City. Donald Trump lives in Mar-a-Lago so he can get all of his rich buddies to come down there and beg for tax breaks if he steals the election. She does not want to be around him. Can you imagine how much of a vulnerability that would be to any Democratic candidate if your wife so obviously hated you so much, but no one cares with Trump? Seriously, can you imagine if I don't know, Walls, his wife just willingly lived away from him all the time?
Write what you believe. She's very beloved. People love our former First Lady, I can tell you that. But I said, you have to stick with your heart. I've said that to everybody. You have to go with your heart. There are some people that are very, very far right on the issue, meaning without exceptions. And then there are other people that view it a little bit differently than that.
Pretty much the only thing he could say, I suppose. Look at this. We had to search back for a while. We found a photo of them holding hands, though if they were standing farther apart, they'd be T-posing. Jesus Christ. You meet when you want to keep a safe COVID distance from Bay? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, this was back when Donald Trump was in his white hat era. Remember that? That was a while ago. You know, this is actually a pretty huge get to the Democrats, right? Because now the Democrats can say and can run in messaging, even Donald Trump's wife believes in a woman's right to choose. Like that, you know, in the ads. They won't do that? I hope they do that. What is this?
Go out and get a book. She just wrote a book. I hope she said good things about, I don't know, I didn't, so busy.
Okay, in fairness, if my wife wrote a book and I was busy recently on account of an upcoming election, I would say this like verbatim. Go check it out. I really hope she's nice to me in it. I've been busy lately, but I'm sorry, honey. I really hope she's nice to me in the book. Go check it out, folks.
She just wrote a book called Melania. Go out and buy it. It's great.
That's pretty.
And if she says bad things about me, I'll call you all up and I'll say, don't buy it. Get rid of it.
Okay, I would also say this verbatim. He's continuing to say things that I would say verbatim. He still got it. God, that's funny. Yeah, it's good. It's a good place to end the clip. At least modern fascism is funny. Dude, the median Republican fascist is incredibly unfunny. You know? Like the median Republican like fascist campaign messenger or like manager are these like weird sickly looking incel freaks who can it's like JD Vance. Like you can't even, they're like, you know, bug men. They're lizard people. Donald Trump is legitimately funny, and I maintain, and I'll always maintain this, the reason why is because he's not ideologically fascist. That is the reason why. Trump almost exclusively says fascist things because his audience cheers when he says fascist things. In his own head, I do not think that it's not even necessarily that he's lying. It's that I don't think he has an ideology that's connecting these. You know what I mean? I think like, yeah, he's saying it because this is the reality TV show. You know? You don't think he believes those things? It's not necessarily that he doesn't believe them. I'm not talking about how sincere he's being. Though he lies a lot, of course. We know that for a fact. It's not just that, though. It's that for him, these beliefs are just like an incidental thing that he chances upon, that he repeats because it gets him attention. In his mind, he isn't coming to these conclusions as a product of a belief system that he has. And I know that sounds like a distinction without a difference, and to an extent it is, but I think that's one of the reasons why he can still be funny, because his processes aren't entirely corrupted by that sickly, inhuman muck that makes fascists the way they are. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that he's not a fascist, like, as a political force, like his presidency, his administration, these are like fascist forces. I'm just saying that up in here, the man can still crack a good joke, and there is a difference there. If anything, it's a difference that benefits him because it makes him come across as a lot more likable than he would be if he was like JD Vance. Would Trump personally let a trans woman use the bathroom on his property? I can say this with absolute confidence. Yes. 100%. I guarantee you that if Trump was at a party or whatever, and there was like, I don't know, Blair White there, he would not give a single shit. It's definitely already happened. 100%. Yeah. No, I promise you he does not care. Yeah, maybe she'd have to be hot, but he wouldn't want an ugly woman at a party anyway. So, isn't Laura Loomer trans? That is a sickeningly mean thing to say about trans women. It's very unkind. I did see this with regards to that aforementioned popularity.
And who else can fill up only MAGA? But whoever fills big places like this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
And it's it's like a indoor high school track and field path where they've cordoned off 1/5 of the space. That's really bad. Like, again, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are filling stadiums, and Donald Trump is like little outdoor venues and getting a few hundred people in high schools gyms. Like actually, it's not even a joke. Sheesh. He's so sensitive about it too. Genuinely, Kamala Harris's retort that people are leaving his speeches set something off with him. He's made so many comments since then where he's like, yeah, there was that one where he was like, it looks like those people over there leaving. They're not leaving. She says that they're leaving. They're not leaving. We love this, Is the crowd paid to be there? I don't think so. I just think that like a large portion of the people who attend his rallies are probably lifers. They're like MAGA grifter freaks who want to take their selfies at the rally, but they don't want to like it's the same people, This is one of the reasons why at Donald Trump's rallies, you see consistently the same people behind him all the time, right? They've got like the black people who like him. So he's got like the 5 black guys or whatever, right? You've seen, you go back and look through his hundreds and hundreds of rallies and you see some patterns, man. It's just like a little band on tour, So a lot of the people, they show up to these rallies. I mean, they've seen it literally dozens of times. So they just take their selfie. Yeah, we turned out for Trump. Yeah, mega. And then they leave. And, I love that for them. Yeah. The rally comment really eats at him because if people question that, the facade of bravado disappears. I've always said the #1 way you go at Trump is to hit his ego. Have I not been saying that for the entire time that I've been streaming? When you're dealing with a fascist, a strong man who cares more about image and perceived power than argue policy with Trump, he doesn't know. He doesn't argue policy with a fish. He doesn't know. He's just saying stuff. You're not going to argue with him on this, but you can hit his ego pretty bad, especially when you're a black woman. Kamala Harris has that advantage as well, right? That he is absolutely very racist and sexist. So for the hits to come from Kamala Harris, it brings us ever closer to that beautiful day, the N-word clock. One of these days, he's going to let it slip. I don't care how long it takes, how old Donald Trump has to be before it happens. One of these days, he's going to let it slip, and it's going to be content heaven. It's going to be content heaven, folks. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be the media cycle for the next month. It's 5 minutes to midnight, and I'm loving every minute of it. But which one will it be? I think we know which one it'll be. I don't think if it's Donald Trump at the N-word, I don't think there's any question which one it'll be.